Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome back to the KarQ Archive channel, my second channel where we do an educational roast of a viewer's game every Friday. Today, we have Yoma submitting a Silver 5 support. Looks like Lucio to start. Chat's live down here saying how much they want to say hi to YouTube and how much they love their mom and dad and everybody in their lives. But here we go, Silver 5. What can we do to help Yoma get better? But again, this is an educational roast, so I'm gonna be nice and also mean at the same time. As mean as I can get. Ooh, Lucio. Yep, committing onto Lucio. I think this is console. For some reason, I get console vibes when people have usernames that are like this long. First of all, what you want to do on Lucio when you start the game is to look at your composition and figure out what playstyle you want to go for. The best Lucios in the world can do both. You got to learn when to go solo, caught out enemy DPSs like Widowmakers and snipers who aren't expecting you to have good wall ride mechanics and make it to the backline, or you can play with the team. In a comp like this, you're already in trouble. This is not your fault, but your team is playing a Pharah. Bap Lucio is probably one of the worst support lines to play with the Pharah. Are you gonna fly in the air and give her a healing aura? Is your Baptiste gonna be able to hit those freaking air nades? This already looks doomed to begin with. Let's see what happens. Okay, so where are you going and where is your tank going? Okay, so it looks like... Okay, you're starting off this whole wall riding thing, sure. But a lot of times when you come out here first, holy shit, you are an acrobat. God damn! If they had a Lucio, a lot of teams may actually end up like making it up here by the time you cross that corner. You just gotta be careful of random snipers that just show up like this. You didn't really look, you kind of just gliding across. If you're gonna cross into the open, you better have like the perfect wall skim to break cover to cover here. But you're kind of just not looking right now. You're kind of looking here and not checking what they have yet. And then we turned around at the end. This has to be console. That pivot or that swivel was so slow. And you rushed to the point, which isn't necessary in a comp like this. Soldier and Pharah thrive on fighting out in the open. If everybody's huddled in here, Pharah's gonna have to like stay outside and just like spam inside without any direction. You actually want to keep the fight centered around an area where Pharah can stay in natural cover, which is here. And your soldier has to plant himself up here. I mean, secondary position is here as well if they rush you to the point. Lucio is the hero that everybody says is like S tier at the high ranks, which is true. But I'm honestly a believer that Lucio is like mid in the medium to low ranks. Yes, he has a low skill floor because he just exists with an aura. But like, you'll hear a lot of people go like, yeah, speed boost super OP, which it is. If you're coordinated. Lucio speed boost, really nice and coordinated teams. If you're 5 stacking, Overwatch League, bro, S tier. Solo queue Lucio, at silver especially, with unrefined like wall ride and survivability, not the biggest fan. Like right now, what is happening? Okay, so right now, you should be shooting. Why aren't you shooting? Just non-stop fire, just shoot the Rhine shield. Yeah, that's fine. Don't stop. Honestly, you almost never let go of the primary fire button on this hero. And then you flew back out into the open. Okay. So you went to the point, which I didn't agree with, whatever. But now your Orisa committed with you onto the point. Your Baptiste is playing high ground. Like, where'd your Pharah go? Oh, she died early. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work out with the Pharah. Not your fault. But the best thing you can do at this point, honestly, just huddle around these two people here. You're not going to give this guy any aura. He's just chilling by himself. You randomly walked out here for some reason, and then you walk back. You'd have to just think and play around with your tanks. As a support player, you think about what your tanks are doing, and you decide what to do then. And then as a Lucio, if you feel like you're at a disadvantage or someone is caught out and you see them caught out, then you can jump on them. But a team like this, no one can really be caught out per se. You don't rush a Bastion. Kiriko can TP out. This person can slide. Ryan is a tank. It's not like you're soloing into a Reinhardt. He can just swing at you in Mercy. So this isn't really a comp that you read at Lucio into. So the best thing you could do is huddle together, play with the Baptiste, and just play on point with your Orisa. So that going outside randomly wasn't my favorite play. And you don't stop shooting here. You should also... Okay. Okay, what's happening now then? Hell, definitely console. Oh my god, they're not even turning around. Okay. We got a lot to unpack here. This, no. Stay on the point, shoot the shield. This guy charges in. You can boop him to the side here. That's what you missed. I'm gonna call a couple of missed opportunities, so... This part, no. Sure, you have no choice here. You see this guy? You could probably I would probably jump, take a tap forward, and then just boop him so he hits this wall instead of going into the point. Like, generally speaking, no one should die here because on your POV, you would assume that like, your Orisa would fortify or your soldier wouldn't like walk into the charge. But apparently he did. And now here, if you're gonna go for the boop, they're actually not in your heal aura at this range, by the way. You're at that person's out of range. You could just speed in and go for the boop. You ended up staying heal. You went for the heal boop, which worked, but it was suboptimal. So that needs to be cleaned up. Now you're on the point. Just dance on the walls a little bit, sure. And now you shoot the Mercy. Shoot the Mercy. Okay. You know what's so funny? Not to make fun of Silvers in this game specifically, but people have no object permanence. I swear this Kiriko heard you on the right, and then she just like forgot that you existed because you simply just went back here. Okay, this is a disaster. I'm gonna be completely real with you. There's nothing you can do at this point because if 2 people died on the kill feed, you honestly, instead of coming out here on the left side, just come with your team here and you just shoot the enemy and build beat and wait now. Because again, let's say they did have like a sniper like Ashe or an Ana or a Widow. You could argue that you can go for the playstyle where you just go for a pick there because your team is just dying randomly. You're trying to be a playmaker, but in this case, you can't. So your only option now, build a beat and play off that. Okay. Where's your Orisa? Are you solo? Okay, so right now you have no direction. Every time you spawn, you've come out this way 3 times in a row. Sure, you could shoot the Sojourn a little bit, but then that's it. Okay, now you've regrouped. Good, good. Yeah. And you also can't shoot through that. Nice try though. To be fair, I've tried that a long time ago. But you can't shoot through that. So there's a whole lot of nothing happening right now. You're kind of just... I think you're making it harder than it needs to be because maybe you watch some Lucio streamers and you're trying to get fancy with it. Like, this is Silver 5. And like you're in their back. Remember how I said this whole Reddit Lucio thing is not going to work with a comp like theirs. Your team could use the auras. You don't have Lucio beat yet. Back it up. You know, take a dial 10 steps back. Play with your team. Build beat. Follow your Orisa around. Speed her up so she can get in and annoy the shit out of them. That's it. What is happening? I don't know. I don't know what I'm watching. It's console Silver, but like it's way worse than it has to be. Do you see the path you took again here too? Is this really the fastest path back to the point as Lucio? I actually don't know I mean, I know how to roll out like this. Maybe it is. I actually think it's bounce, 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 and I think you go this way, like boom, boom, and then you go full speed. There might be like a rollout where you maybe go off this. Maybe you go this way, who knows? But it feels like yeah, you were definitely just defaulting this left side, which isn't really accomplishing much as well every time you die. And then everybody's dead again. And you still don't have beat. And we are 3 minutes in the game. Oh, they're anti. You can go for the anti-kill. There you go. Melee, boop melee. Boop melee. Okay, they all got off point for some reason. You're waiting for a boop here, I see it, but... As cheeky as you... Dude, they actually let you flip 4v1? What? Dude, the Kiriko Bastion got scared of you. I cannot believe my eyes right now. If 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. Holy. Okay, now you're gonna go left side again, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, you're about to get the beat passively? Or you got the beat. Okay. If you had headphones on, you would have heard there was somebody to your right. So this Kiriko just slipped right by you. Your team isn't getting an aura. But you got the boop! You got another one! What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god! Their team is triumphing your team for awareness. I can't believe this. Are you actually gonna win this round? After what I just witnessed? Okay, you have beat. Just fuck it. Beat now. It's 95%. Oh shit, let's go. Oh, you won. You won. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you won. I can't believe this. There's so much to unpack here. Okay, I think you're playing a different hero on second round, but we're roasting and just laughing at this late beat and everything. But now the real educational part, again, dial it back, play with your team, get the beat. Don't hesitate on the beat. I know you're just kind of like, you're kind of just eyeballing or just staring down with the boops. You may have won it here. This isn't gonna work forever. Sometimes you get lucky if you get 1 or 2 boops a game. Just play fundamentally. Don't stop shooting. Like, don't stop shooting. Because I see sometimes you just stare at them for no reason. You just hold the primary fire button down as Lucio. Like, you're just a spam poke hero. Sometimes there's games where my Lucios just have like 5,000-6,000 damage by the end of the game. Way more than my other support. Because you just get a lot of poke damage. That's how you build the faster Lucio beats. Because you built the beat literally at the end and you didn't even use it. I mean, you didn't have to because like their team kind of just trolled a little bit harder than you. Forget, like, your wall riding also could be worked on as well. That's like deliberate practice in a custom game where you kind of master the movement a little bit. But in terms of like decision making, your decision to always like randomly go here, no one's using the aura, not checking what comp they have, you can't red Lucio them, just keep it simple. That's it, okay? Just by playing fundamental team Overwatch, you can probably just make it a plat by default there. And then once you're in plat and your mechanics get a little better, then we can talk about like, you know, other parts of the hero. Okay. Okay, so if you see a Widowmaker here, there's a 0% chance I would ever walk down this ramp at that point. If I see a Widow here, and they usually play Widow here, I mean, this is console Widow, who knows how accurate they are. What I do on Kiriko is I either come here first, although this isn't my favorite because the Widow either plays here, gets an angle, or here gets an angle. As Ana and Kiriko, sometimes I drop down on this side to cut off as many angles as I can, especially because your Orissa's like fighting on point. I would actually move here first. I would almost never walk down here what you just did. That is ballsy. But the thing is, chat, I can make fun of you for this, or I can roast you for this, but because like this is Silver 5 console, you probably have never been punished enough for you to think, maybe I shouldn't do that. Because the Widows are never reliable enough to actually kill you here. So people build bad habits based on like the rating they play at. And that's okay. This is what this review is for. I'm gonna point out shit that will get you punished later, to stop you from like getting stuck for too long before realizing this ain't gonna work. I will say, I mean, see, your Ana kind of did the same thing. It just so happened that Widow went for your Ana instead of you. So I guess you got a little, it wasn't you today. You were not the chosen one. Okay. Anyways. Okay. This is not just a you problem. This is every support who is watching this game right now. If you're a healer, or sorry, support, not a healer. Like Kiriko, Ana, Bap. Every single VOD review I do of you guys, below, like, honestly, even some GM players do, there is a natural tendency for you to walk towards the target you're healing, even though you can still do it safely from your range. Think about it for a moment. If you're a support main in the chat, think about it. If you see a critical Orisa or something as an Ana, for some reason your tendency is to get closer to them. You may not notice it. Go watch a game of yours. Go play support today where you're not thinking about it, and go watch. You'll notice a lot of people do it. It is actually such an easy fix as long as I point it out and you think about it. You don't always have to do that. So for in this case, your Orisa got low, you're in a covered spot, you can jiggle this, and if you see her like cutting towards this side, instead of following her this way, and now you have to deal with the high energy Zarya, you just go the opposite way and you can still do it from range. I'm scared for your life right now, see what happens. Okay, heal. Shoot. Heal. Shoot. Oh, almost. Okay, I mean, you got them. TP out. Not bad. Widowmaker. If you don't trust, don't peek those sight lines. You can get a little fancy with it, sure, if you want to. But they're gonna spawn. Oh. Suzu. You can try it. Now TP out. That's your window. So, as a Kiriko, if you ever want to take a challenge like that against Widows, you have like 4 kunais before you should get out. If you're going to do something like that, do you even have a teammate to get out? Actually, you did. So in the case where she doesn't see you, I probably would fire 1, 2, 1, 2. And if I see her scoping in, like she has to build up some charge, I would go 1, 2, or maybe 3. Suzu myself, I'll probably truck 1 or 2 more. And if I haven't killed them at that point, I just leave. Because her team's coming back and there's a high chance she will snipe you, especially because you missed all the things so far, all the knives so far. The idea you had here is actually like cheeky. You're trying to be a playmaker because you're down in numbers. I don't mind it that much here. But you need to know when to get out if you're gonna do something like this. DPS Kirko. 1, 2. You got shot already. This is an immediate Suzu. If you already got shot at this HP, I'd even get out even earlier. When I say like 1, 2 Suzu, it's more of like in prediction to try to time the Suzu to the headshot. But since you already got shot at this point, you just Suzu to stall her from killing you, which you did at 11 HP. You gotta just 180 pivot, hold or buffer your TP and just get the fuck out at that point. But you didn't. Okay, I probably would have just killed that Kiriko, or at least tried to. Okay, you're gonna be a playmaker here. Are they gonna... Oh! 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 Also, I do want to mention, as cheeky as you want to do this, they have a Mercy. So if you go for a flank kill on a Mercy team, like, she'll just res it. So you put yourself in a lot of risk for a maybe kill and a maybe escape if you can TP out safely for them to just res it. So whenever they have a Mercy comp, I generally, for me, when I play all this Kiriko, I like don't do plays like this. If they had like an Ana Kiriko, I could go for it because Ana is killable. Even Kiriko's killable if she's not paying attention. And their Widow, of course, is killable because you can climb and challenge it. But they have a Sombra who you have no info on. She could probably be invisible and just call and just see you and just ping it to her team. So you're playing against 2 heroes that are probably going to stop you from trying this flanky playmaking playstyle. So this is where I would just stop it right there and just play with the team. If you're watching the stream like a few days ago, this will be on the second channel. I had a game on Dorado where I was heal-focused Kiriko. Their enemy Kiriko was DPS only. I had a Mercy on my team, and like their Kiriko kept getting no value. And I was like, this is why like the DPS Kiriko playstyle is just too inconsistent. It doesn't work. Like the parameters have to be correct for this to work. You are probably dead. Just climb away. Your team's dead. You got to reset with them. There's nothing happening right now. All right. So you see what's happening here? You're trying to be too fancy with it. You don't even have your first ultimate. For the matter of fact, your entire team doesn't have shit right now. This is not good. Yeah, see, the Sombra found you and just... Oh, almost though. Respectable. Yeah. This round's a wash. Yeah, this ain't happening. Next round. Okay, back to Lucio. The boop into the hole. Okay. Now, to finally finish the educational portion of that Kiriko, you have to look at the enemy comp if you're going to DPS Kiriko. That was a no, don't do that shit. It ain't going to cut it. Don't chase the person you're healing like you did. Generally try to play behind your tank and then try to weave in a kunai in between those heals to like DPS pressure. But just pocket your Orisa who can just stay alive on the point super long and that'll be it. And play away from the Widow sightlines. If you're previous match, if you're Lucio, you don't really have a comp that can deal with their Widowmaker. So you just play out of her line of sight, make sure your Orisa, well, you swap to a Ramatra, but make sure your Orisa lives and just play out of her line of sight for now. And that was basically all you can do at that point. And it can work, because I'm going to assume this Widow is not going to consistently hit her shots at this elo, so don't worry about her as much as you think you need to. In the higher ends, uncontested Widow can be a problem if they're hitting their shots, but don't worry about it. This is Silver Console. Okay, last one. Back to Lucio. I'm afraid you're gonna get too obsessed with boops. Okay. The hack no longer... When you get hacked, you lose your aura for a second. But it's back. You need to go on heal right now, or else you're just gonna get clipped, which you do. It only lasts 1.5 seconds. So you need to boop to disrupt, and you need to go back on heal. You did it too late, and then she kills you. So in a case like this, again, you notice last round, even as you're a Kiriko, the Sombras, if you go for this Reddit style in their backline, you might get hacked on cooldown, you lose your aura, you fall off the walls. May not be worth it. So, play fundamental. Alright, stay healed. Shoot. Don't stop shooting now. Good. Alright. Don't stop shooting. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. I see it. Your eyes are like, I want to boop somebody in hole. You have an obsession with getting them in the hole. You all see it. Everybody in chat sees what you're trying to do right now. We see your eyes are lighting up. You see what? Look at the way you turned around here. Yeah. You're hungry for it. This is like Tinder. You try too hard, it doesn't work. You push too hard, just let it come naturally, guys. Let the boops come naturally if they miss position. That's it. Okay, at least you're playing a little bit more with the team now with the aura. Okay. Okay, so one thing you can do here, you keep looking for these cheeky angles. There's a nice little choke point right here where you can just sit here as Lucio and just spam to help build your beat faster. There's just too much downtime where nothing's happening. I see what you're trying to do again. You're sitting here, trying to stance here, and then go for the boop. Well, look how far. The tanks barely get knocked back, and now your team loses the entire fight. Just keep it simple as Lucio. When you had control of this space, you capped the point, just spam this choke, spam, spam, spam. You'd probably be at 70 to beat right now. You're just waiting for the boops. Or not even waiting, you're looking for something that isn't there. Here we go again. Boop number 2, you got it this time. Ah. Okay, do you see this? The Zarya was just, you could just shoot the Zarya. She was low, no armor. Just line up your crosshairs here and just follow it along. Think, 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 think. Have a higher chance of killing her. You could have shot 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop melee. You might have been able to kill her off that. Oh, there's attempt number 5. Shoot. Yes, yes. DPS. You can't shoot through that.
Look up! Look up! Look up! Look up!
Oh. When you wall ride as Lucio and you look up, you will actually go up. You look where you want to go and you will climb easier walls by looking up. That's right. It's true. That's why when you try to like wall ride into doors, and you don't, when you like skim off a wall and you want to make it in, if you look too like up here, you're gonna bang your head on the wall. You actually look down so you don't go as high. It's okay, Yoma's a great sport. We're allowed to poke fun. This is an educational roast. There's consent. Okay, challenging the Sojourn. Dude, at this point, you tried so hard for the boop. I actually hope you get one at this point. Look, you're so close to beat. Having it right now for their overclock would have been really nice. You have it now, but it's looking... Oh, you got one! Let's go! Let's go! Poggers in the chat! Yes! Let's go! We're done here. I don't care if you lose anymore. You did it. It only took 92% and 40% of your time. Oh, it was all worth it. Oh, he's going for it again. Okay, it wasn't you. But hey, you know what? You beated the grab. Not bad. Your hog got him in the hole. So, what? Oh my god. Okay, when they Bastronaut, you should stay on walls in case they target you. He didn't target you, but you're kind of on the ground just panicking on what to do. When Bastronaut, stay on the walls. Did you even watch the Lucio one tip with Frogger? That's what we said. Shoot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we looking for a boop into nothing? There's no way you just took that from him. You just need to shoot your gun more. You were missing out on like building your beat way more consistently. You gotta shoot your gun. Like this? What are we accomplishing here? What are we accomplishing like this? Just shoot, 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 shoot. We waiting for the bubble? Sure. Yoma is a boop man. Educational roast of a Silver 5 who loves boops. Okay, I swear to God, you need to get this. This will have the most serendipitous ending if you can get a boop to conclude this review after everything. Your team is using their... You gotta help them.
There's just too much lost value in this. Your team is unloading everything and you're hiding for a boop. I know what you're doing here too. You're waiting. Your team just said freeze, don't move. They're hooking. The Reaper's in. The Mora's helping. And you're sitting here, waiting patiently. They'll be here soon. Soon. And then you realize, wait, maybe not. You won this game. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. But you won. Roasting aside, for the educational, it's a W Yoma moment here. But for the tips, keep it simple. Don't look for boops that aren't there. Just amp your team. You don't need to do Reddit Lucio style, especially in a comp like that. Look for the comp, if it's possible to even play that play style. Build faster beats, keep shooting, and work on wall riding separately in a custom game. You can practice that. And that's it for the educational roast of a Silver 5 Lucio who loves boops. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.